Hello guys, and welcome back to Thicker Gravy. We are here with week number 3 of the Damned Draft League. We're going to be going over some of our team, as well as speaking, before getting into it, at the end of this week, last week, to make trades. I've not made any trades so far, but I am thinking about it, because mons like Blastoise and Hypno, while I really like them and what they can bring, they've not really had a chance to fit in yet, and I'm not sure if in any of the future matches, if they'll have a chance to fit in either. But anyway, we'll get into the team we're bringing today. First off, Mimikyu. This hasn't changed too much. It's kind of the same Mimikyu. Mental Herb, Self, Trick Room. This is going to be a very Trick Room heavy team. But besides that, instead of Will-O-Wisp, we're running Wood Hammer instead. This Wood Hammer is more so to get around the Rotom Wash. And while Will-O-Wisp can be good into mons like Roaring Moon and Metagross, that is on this guy's team. He has a Magmar that can follow me, redirect for it, as well as a Gholdengo, which isn't going to be affected by all. So I've decided to go with this set instead. Hopefully it should work out. We're running just Terra Fire on it just to get around some of the steel attacks that could be coming our way. Next up, Fungus, running Eviolite Effects 4 on him. This probably won't see too much play, just Terra Water on just to get around the Magmar's attacks if it does come in. But this is a mon that I don't think is really going to be used. It's more so the Spore and Rage Powder is what I'm using this thing for. But yeah, that's essentially it. Don't have to speak too much on this set. Next, Incineroar. This is going to be our main pair up with Mimikyu just to get fake outs. Running Assault Vest on it because I wanted to run a more, I say passive set, but defensive set with Bolt with the Assault Vest is going to provide. But of course, I would usually want to run maybe a Rock Helmet or Citrus Berry with Parting Shot, but of course Gholdengo isn't going to be affected by the Parting Shot, which would, I need a different type of move to switch out, which I'm using U-Turn instead, which is also a benefit because it can hit mons like Roaring Moon and Shiftry very hard, as well as like there's like a Quilladin, which probably won't come. Main thing though, Intimidate, which is decent, but of course not going to be affecting the Metagross at all. We're in Terra Grass, mainly to get around the Rotom Wash, doing massive amounts of damage to this, although we should be able to live a hit or two. Next, Ursaluna Blood Moon. This thing is going to be our main sweeper within Trick Room. Blood Moon and Earth Power can pretty much decimate anything on this guy's side of the field. Besides, of course, going into something like Terra. Even if the Gholdengo goes into Terra Flying or something, Blood Moon can still deal massive amount of damage to it. Ice always gets good spread. Earth Power mainly for the Quillfish, Suing Quillfish, the Gholdengo and the Metagross. Chien-Pao is kind of in the same boat as Fungus, where it's probably not going to be seen today, but I brought it just because the threat of Sword of Ring, as well as Sucker Punch and Ice Crash can be very threatening to this team. But if it is come, it's just max speed, which isn't good for Trick Room, but this will be utilised outside of the Trick Room mode that we will be bringing. And next up, Dragonite. This will be our secondary sweeper. This thing packs quite a punch, especially with Terra Ground. Earthquake, not many things on this guy's team is going to be living that. Multi-scale allows us to live a hit from the Alolan Ninetales, which is the biggest threat to this Dragonite. But besides that, we're still doing huge amounts of damage. I've decided to bring Brick Break just in case Aurora Veil does get set up. Plus it can still hit quite a few of the mons like Roaring Moon, and it's hitting into at least Ninetales for decent damage with the Brick Break. But yeah, running Min Speed. This can be utilised in and out of Trick Room, even with the Min Speed, but just because of extreme speed. But yeah, anyway, that's the team. The battle should be starting in just a minute. Alright guys, and we are here with the battle for week 3. Now, he has got a few of the ones I was expecting. The Quillfish does come, which expecting the Metagross isn't here, which is fine. I think we just lead with Sudoku and Incineroar to start with Exodia and Kane in the back. This is our plan to kind of get around some of this stuff, but hopefully some of the mons we have to keep an eye on the Terra, so Terra Ghost on the Roaring Moon, Fairy on the Gholdengo, Poison on the Quillfish, which is fine. Fire on the Magmortar, which is fine. Steel on the Rotom Wash, which is going to be a pain to deal with. And then Fury on the Sinistcha. Now this Rotom Wash is definitely going to be our biggest struggle to go up against. The Brick Break from Dragonite will do quite a bit of damage from Choice Band from it. The Ninetales is in here as well, which is massive for the Dragonite. Why is hurting the Dragonite very heavy off the bat? Does any of these mons get Ice Moves? So we lead with the Mimikyu Incineroar, he leads with Sinistcha and the Gholdengo. I'm going to attempt to settle the Trick Room. I can't fake out either of these. But I can go for a slow U-turn on probably the Sinistcha I need to get rid of right away. He switches into the Rotom Wash. Goes for the Trick. Gets Choice Scarfed. I think I'm going to go into Exodia here. We get the Trick Room up, but we are Scarfed, unfortunately. I'm just going to switch back into Incineroar. I do think Gholdengo... I think Terra Fairy. I'm going to Terra Normal Blood Moon the Gholdengo here while switching out. We know it's got a Mental Herd now. It probably is running Protect even with the Choice Scarf. Honestly, I wasn't prepared for the Trick. But that could work in our favor when Trick Room goes down. Because this Rotom can't Terastallize, being Scarfed on the Mimikyu might make his... If he's max speed, then we tie for speed here. We get an attack drop, which is fine. We Terra Normal, and we just Blood Moon the Gholdengo, which does kill. Imagine the Rotom Wash just Hydro Pumps into the Ursaluna. That is fine for us. Magmortar comes in. I'm going to just fake out the Rotom Wash. I'm going to Earth Power the Magmortar here. This should kill still. I imagine this kills the Magmortar. That does decent chip on it, and it does kill the Magmortar, thankfully. Now we get to see the Sinistcha come back in, which has Hospitality, which is going to bring this back up to full. Now I'm going to Flare Blitz the Sinistcha here. I'm just going to Blood Moon the Rotom. Now we could get Rage Powdered here. I'm going to go for Knockoff instead. Just in case we get Rage Powdered Ursaluna moves first and it kills the Sinistcha, then the Knockoff is still doing massive damage to the Rotom Wash, which it does. We knock off this. Hydro Pump misses, which is massive. And I think I just go for... Knockoff is still doing the most damage. And Hyper Voice should just kill anyway. That is a very, very clean first set for us. Trick Room worked really, really well. I don't think we have a reason to switch up the leads as well. I'm just going to make the same plays. Is that same Mons being brought in? I'm just going to go back to this one just to get the replay before anything happens. And I forget. But yeah, I can just go with the same leads again. Mimikyu didn't even have to do much. I'm hoping the Rotom he doesn't bring because it didn't do too much right now. But I still have no idea what the Roaring Moon can do, or what... Honestly, the Rotom just used Hydro Pump, right? Is that all it used? Hydro Pump? Sinistcha didn't use any moves, we saw Trick. Dude, I saw none of his moves. I know Gholdengo is Choice Scarfed, but I just saw Trick and Hydro Pump, which is not good information. I did knock off the item on the Rotom, right? The Salt Vested Rotom. Roaring Moon comes in, and so did the Gholdengo. It is very fast, Roaring Moon here. So we know it had boost to energy, so I can just go for the Trick Room. I'm just going to fake out the Roaring Moon here. This can go for Trick all at once. Yeah, I think I just go for the Trick Room. Do I go for the fake out? There's a potential that he just Terra Ghosts right away, which is fine if he does. It just means you won't get faked out. There's a very early turn 1 Terra that you could do. Terra Ghost is very good for this fake out, which he's probably predicting. Do I want to predict that he Terra Ghosts? I think we're fine anyway. Incineroar getting Scarfed is actually the bigger issue for us. I don't think I need to fake out, actually. I'm going to U-turn on the Roaring Moon instead. No. I've got to go safe for the fake out, just in case he doubles hits into the Sudoku, which will kill. That is the biggest issue, is this Mimikyu dying right off the bat. Which, yeah, it goes for the... I should have read that he's going to do that. He gets knockoff, which breaks the Mental Herb. And unfortunately, I think a Make It Rain is going to kill us. He goes for the Shadow Ball. We live still. I did bulk it very specially. Now, I think I just want to... I'm going to protect Mimikyu right here. And I'm going to U-turn onto the Gholdengo. We know it's Scarfed into Shadow Ball here. We get some chip damage on the Rotom Wash, which is fine. Does decent amounts of damage. Now, how is Roaring Moon feeling about Ursaluna Blood Moon? I think I just go for Wood Hammer here, and I'm going to Terra Normal Hyper Voice, just because I'm not sure if Wood Hammer will kill. Hyper Voice does huge amount to both. Wood Hammer kills the Rotom. Mimikyu's going to go down here, which is fine. Get knocked off, it loses our Life Orb, which is big for our damage. I think I just bring Kane in here. Sinistcha comes in. I'm just going to go for Earthquake and Protect. The Earthquake should kill Roaring Moon here, I'm hoping. Actually, it might not be with the Terra Ghost. I think I still just go for Earthquake and Protect here. We get chips down on both of these. Sinistcha is probably slower than Dragonite. Unfortunately, not getting the Terra on Dragonite means we're losing a bit of damage, but Ursaluna had the threat of the Rotom Wash, which did just die instantly anyway. Earthquake isn't enough to kill Luchador. Acrobatics into the Rotom, and we get the Trick Room set back up. which is unfortunate for us. I think I just go back into Redacted on this. And I've just got to hope I live a hit and go for Hyper Voice here. We are getting a Intimidate Drop on the Luchador. We just need to kill the Sinister. I should have targeted the Sinister last turn. That's my fault. I completely forgot that it got Trick Room, even though it's the only thing on its team that gets Trick Room. Incineroar comes back in, we get another attack drop. Acrobatics is doing nothing. And Machagotcha misses, which is huge for us. Hyper Voice is doing massive amounts of damage. Now we got Gholdengo still back in. We haven't got Make It Rain. I think I go for Flare Blitz into Eldorado. I'm going to double into Eldorado here. I'm fine if Ursaluna goes down, I'm pretty sure. Unfortunately, not getting after both of these being Terrid is massive. Machagotcha was doing okay amount of damage. Thankfully, we can't get burnt. Flare Blitz is just not enough to kill. I've just got to go for knockoff here. Now we know it's locked into Make It Rain. I think I'll just go for knockoff on the Sinister. Dragonite still has 4 HP, and I'm going to Dragon Claw the Sinister as well, because that's the biggest threat. Now Machagotcha draining our health, and if it gets a burn, we're in a really bad spot. Don't get the burn. Dragon Claw comes in and kills. And knockoff kills as well. Thank you. Let's go. GG's. That is week number 2. Another 2-0 win for us. That is huge for us. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will catch you next time. Oh, sorry. I'm so out of breath. Yeah, I will catch you next time. Dude, I'm still just out of breath. I'm just, yeah. Adrenaline pumping from that match. Great battle. Really thought I would lose it in the second one, just because I forgot about the Trick Room. But yeah, still massive dub. That will put us on, I think, 7 points, which might be top of the league at the minute. And a few of our mons absolutely popped off there. All the strategies worked out still, even without Trick Room. The bulk that we added helps, especially multi-scale. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.